puts this joke into a brand new context.
Thank you for choosing magic carpet for all your travel needs. Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye indeed, Genie. So we ran the numbers to see if Aladdin's magic carpet ride would be a one-way trip to romance or a whole new world of pain. Join me, friends, as I make it crystal clear that now they're in a whole screwed world with you. Don't you dare close your eyes. So for us to figure out exactly how badly Aladdin and Jasmine would have been injured during their little romantic jaunt across the historical world, figure we should probably narrow down the main ways that we see this killing them. The big two, how high they're flying and how fast they're flying. Let's start off with how high they actually flew. We see Aladdin and Jasmine flying through clouds at multiple points in the song, which set off some alarm bells in my brain since, humans aren't technically supposed to be up that high. See, the higher up you go, the less dense the air is, and the lower the level of oxygen. When you get high enough, there literally isn't enough oxygen in the air for you to survive, and that's without even mentioning how cold it's going to be the further up you go. So overall, not exactly looking that great for our two little lovebirds. That said, would going up this high straight up kill them? To find out, I first decided to figure out how high they actually got, and I did that by identifying the clouds that they're flying through. Given the shape and volume of the clouds, I figured that they had to be either cumulus or cumulonimbus, given how fluffy and full they looked. Now, cumulus clouds are found up to 6,500 feet in the sky, while cumulonimbus clouds can reach as high as 20,000 feet, much higher. So which altitude are we talking about here? Well, given that we also see the carpet fly through a flock of what appear to be cranes during part of the song, we can actually identify these clouds as cumulus, since cranes typically fly at an altitude of roughly 6,000 to 7,000 feet. As such, we're just going to call this altitude right here about 6,500 feet or 2,000 meters to keep things simple. So how cold would it be up there? And would Aladdin and Jasmine have died from some sub-freezing temperatures? Well, yeah. At about 6,500 feet, the temperature is going to be about 35 degrees Fahrenheit, or just about 1 to 2 degrees Celsius, slightly above freezing. So it might be a bit nippy for this couple, especially Jasmine considering how she's dressed. And given that they're spending the entire night up there, and likely experiencing some intense wind chill from flying fast, they might be hot under the collar, but the rest of their bodies are going to be ice cold. And sick. They're going to be sick as well. Altitude sickness to be exact. Between 5,000 and 10,000 feet in the air, the air pressure is low enough to cause headaches, nausea, fatigue, dizziness, and shortness of breath. This happens because of a fall in barometric pressure, which causes the tissue in your lungs and brain to swell in an attempt to get more oxygen. That being said, at this altitude, while it would be unpleasant, it wouldn't outright kill them. Fun fact, by the way, all of this is actually why planes are pressurized. It keeps the pressure the same as where you took off, so the oxygen levels remain stable, while also